கொஞ்சம் இருந்து வந்திருக்கீங்க. ஓகே, இன்றைக்கி நம்ம வந்து ரெண்டாவது எபிசோட் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணலாம்னு we decided இல்லையா? ஃபஸ்ட்டு we thought we covered Kodiveri visit. You had a early visit to Kodiveri, your ancestral village in Satyamangalam, and we talked about your trip via Dimbam and all those things. So we got a glimpse of your father's place, your ancestral, parental, means paternal place. So I think can you recall something about your father in the early when he studied and he was in the Kodiveri and how he went through his education? Maybe a little bit we can share today in the second episode. That's what we thought. Yeah. So what do you want to say?
My grandfather, that is Hanumantrao, and his wife Tangamma, they had the first child, who was called as Bhagirathi, and she was a fair and beautiful girl. She was a fair and a beautiful girl, and she was married young. So then what happened for about a few years, for about 7 or 8 years, they didn't have any children. My grandfather actually wanted to have a male child. As you know, that Hanumantrao wanted a male child in the family because the Vamsa, Bharadwaja Vamsa, or Bharadwaja will continue to son and all. So they had
that is a normal belief.
Normal belief in those days that they should even now son is a son. That was the tradition. So then what happened was, then I believe he threatened his Tangamma. No, if you don't get a male child, I am going to get married again to somebody else. I will get male child through her. So she got panicky and she went to Erode. Erode is in the banks of Kaveri. There is a Raghavendra Swami Math. Very famous Raghavendra Swami, one of the oldest in South India. So that Mata, she went there because it is quite near. Erode is very near.
Very near that place.
Very near, about 40-50 miles. So she went there. She used to take everyday bath in the river Kaveri, and with wet
clothes.
She used to go around Pradakshina of this one every day. Like that she did, I believe, she did
prayers.
8 days. 8 days or 7 days, she went back. And maybe the answer to the prayers, she got the male child. That is, my father was born. So my father was born, Srinivasara was born. And after a few years, another girl, Saraswathi was also born. So, but she was
sisters.
Father's youngest sister was born. But about again 8 to 10 years gap between my father and sister. So she was dark and lean. And meanwhile, what happened in the meanwhile period, the first daughter, that is Bhagirathi, expired during the first childbirth. So that became a shock for them because she was so beautiful. And she was quite dark, lean and dark. So he had little bit of bias. His grandfather had a bias. But she was loved by the mother more. Tangamma used to love her. And the bondage between my father and sister was so much. Saraswathi was so much from the initial days only. It continued even in Bangalore, everywhere. So my father loved his sister so much. So that every function, every time she will come to Gandhinagar. And so this bondage continued. So my father, what he did was, he did his initial schooling in very early years. He studied in Coimbatore, and he had to leave to a bigger place for education. So Coimbatore was nearby.
Early days, Kodiveri
only very small primary school like that. Then they thought that he should go to a better education. And so he moved to Coimbatore.
Naturally, the facilities that village
was a very small village at that time. So he moved to Coimbatore.
Who was in Coimbatore?
My Periyamma, that Doddamma. His Doddamma was there and her husband was there.
Doddamma
Periyamma.
ಯಾರೋಡ
that this one, mother's elder sister.
Party, your grandmother's sister.
Elder sister and her husband.
That is
Tangama's elder sister and her husband were there. So then he moved there, and then he studied his high school, and up to graduation he was in Coimbatore. Then what happened?
Graduation
BA. He did BS. Then he had to move for higher education. So he was good. He was a very good student. Meritorious student. So he moved to Trichy and joined the St. Joseph's College.
Oh, I also studied there.
He studied there. So he wanted to. He studied.
Dr. Abdul Kalam studied there.
So all eminent people. So he studied his MA for mathematics. He took mathematics. MA. He came out with.
Actually, St. Joseph's College was older than Madras University. Even
correct. So in 19.
One of the oldest institutions.
About 1910 or 1911, 20 like that. He passed.
And Clive's hostel. He stayed in hostel.
Clive's hostel, which is in Teppakulam. So he stayed.
Adjacent to the
So there he studied. He stayed in Clive's hostel and finished his MA.
MA in mathematics.
MA in mathematics and studied for his NT also.
NT
licentiate in training, something.
Teaching.
It is equivalent to MED. PT is Bachelor of Training, which is BED, and LT is MED. So he finished his LT also.
Okay.
There in Trichy only. So he was.
So MA LT.
MA LT.
Mathematics.
So MA Mathematics and LT. Then as soon as he finished his education, he got his first job as the Accountant General of Tamil Nadu, one of the Accountant General of Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu means Government of India must be.
Madras Presidency. Madras Presidency extended for. So his job was from Ganjam near Orissa or North Tamil Nadu coast near the border up to Nagapattinam south.
Quite a
so
large
he had
area.
a very big area to cover, and it is a prestigious government job. Central government post. So, but at the same time, he got an interview call from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. They were looking for a professor for mathematics to open the department. Mathematics department was not existing in St. Joseph's College till then in Bangalore. So they wanted to open. So he went to Bangalore. As soon as he went to Bangalore, he saw
for interview,
and he saw the way to the college. He saw Kaban Park, which is very near to this one, and all this climate and greenery. From the very beginning, he was a lover of garden and greenery and that one. So he took up the post of professor.
Yes, he preferred this post rather than
lucrative.
He forgot about
traveling.
He rejected
that offer and he joined as a professor in St. Joseph's College. He was a young man. He joined to St. Joseph's College. Then they took a rented house in Frazer Town, which is very near this Vidhana Soda, Coffee Board building, down that road.
Coffee Board building.
There is down the road, there is a road going to Cantonment Stage.
Correct.
So to the left, as you go from this side, to the right there is a little bit lower level. The big area is there.
Well, you have to go down and step
by all the roads.
To that area.
There is what is Muniswamy Road. So he will go Chikk Bazaar Road and all. So Muniswamy Road, I think he stayed in a rented house. And after many
there he has to commute to St. Joseph's College.
So he took a motorbike also. He got a motorbike also.
That Triumph you told him.
Triumph, that same thing. So he used to go to college, settle between college and the house in this one. And he had 5 children. And this one.
Marriage
he was married to Namigiri, one lady from Chalk Hills Ramarao. He was from Chalk Hills of Salem. That is called Sunnambukkal.
So
Sunnambukkal Ramarao was called. He was a contractor of Salem, and his daughter got married at Namigiri. His wife was one Tungabhadra. Tungabhadra was Chakil's Ramarao.
Chakil's Ramarao's wife, but Ramagiri's parents, Chakil Ramarao and Tunga.
Tungabhadra actually.
Tungabhadrane pera?
Tungabhadrane pera. He had, because there are 5 sisters, Tungabhadra, Kaveri, Narmada, like that, all 5 sisters.
Oh, very nice.
So there is another sister, Tungabhadra.
Tungabhadra.
So
Chakil's Ramarao and Tungabhadra's daughter is Navagiri. Navagiri, she got married to your father, means Srinivasarao.
Srinivasarao, and they came
Salem.
back and Salem. So they got married and
came to Tusker Town.
And she got 5 children.
Where are 5 children?
5 children is first is Pittanna. Second is Padmavati. And third is Panna or Satyanarayan. Panna. And fourth is Rajalakshmi or Rajamma. And the last is Ramachandran or Ramu. So all the 5 children were born, and they continued to live happily in that place. And this person busily going in the motorbike and this one, they were just opposite my Geeta, my wife's grandmother and grandfather was inspector of schools, Ramarao, in cantonment.
Oh.
They were living just opposite to the house.
Means your wife's Geeta's grandparents were living just opposite to your father's house.
Correct.
So they have seen
young professor
with
and
5 children
coming with activities, and he used to go by motorbike, come back and then take tuition and all. That lady recounted this one with me.
So you got the information from her.
That Aji is called Dodaji. She was called Dodaji. She lived 90 years or something, but she was very healthy and very gossipy. So I came to know about this.
Very nice. That's how you come to know the life. Otherwise you would not have known.
Otherwise I would not have known this. The connection between this family and that family is like
connection means you came to know about your father's
father. So
that period.
So correct, that period. So he was there, he was going, and then they were. Then he was afterwards. He was looking for to move to his own house. His desire. So then there was a new extension formed by the government, CITV, what is called City Improvement Trust Board. This earlier to BDA. So that was there. So they were making a new layout near Central Jail. It was called Central Jail Extension.
Central Jail, the race course road, Andhra circle.
Correct, and the corner like Maharanis College, now that one. But that another side road comes to Gandhinagar. That is extended in square.
Correct.
So that the Central Jail.
Up to railway station, let us say.
No, not up to railway station. That is taking near Maharanis College, this one only Central Jail.
Central Jail, correct. Central Jail to present bus stand.
Central Jail to tank, that side of tank one. So that up to that we can say that the new extension.
It is called extension.
That
Central Jail extension.
Central Jail extension was formed by
City Improvement Trust Board
with its nearness to Majestic and Annama Temple and all the on the other side. And Chandramaulishwara Temple, one very old temple is there.
Is it there?
Now also it is there. A very old temple. Chandramaulishwara Temple, and there is Tippu Setti Matam. Tippu Setti Matam was also existing before the formation of layout itself. This Annama Temple is maybe 100, 200 years old. Kempegowda's time. Even now people go there to, it is a Grama Devata. So that temple, everybody visit that temple. We also used to visit. Chandramaulishwara Temple is also good. We used to go on this holidays like this, Shivaratri and all those, we used to visit Chandramaulishwara Temple. So this was the layout that was found.
And that big Pitlam, it was a tank, a water tank.
That was called Dharmabudhi tank. Dharmabudhi lot of water. Water was there, and the other side of the tank one was railway station. So this is the location.
This is the location
Of the Gandhi.
But between Central College and this tank, it was empty. Rather, it was getting developed.
Correct, it was developed. It was a new extension.
New extension.
My father got in the very initial days only a site and sixth cross, in sixth cross, Gandhinagar. Then the sixth cross, Gandhinagar. Opposite to it was N.V. Veerappa, who was Vice Chancellor of Mysore University at that time. So his house was just opposite to our house, in that house, the sixth cross house. Sixth cross house. So he built a two-storied house with a balcony on the top and the one fountain. Fountain in the small compound. Very few plants he had, garden plants and all these things. Because compound was lesser. Then you can see the house is there, two-storied house is there. So he lived there.
Why fountain?
Fountain he liked it. So that house was there. And in that house there was no Vaskal because his Namagiri was not well and she had to move in a wheelchair. And that is a wheelchair friendly they made the house. So he was there for this one. And he used to shuttle to the college by motorbike. And at that time it seems Mirza Ismail, then the Diwan of Mysore. Sir Mirza Ismail used to come on horseback and because there were only very few houses in this side.
Because houses.
See, there are not many houses that side. This side Kaban Park. So it was an isolated patch of house. That side Majestic, beyond Kempagoda Road, there were all old petes were there. Pete means Chickpete, and that is the old area.
All scattered.
That was their old area was there. So, but this area was new,
barren
and few developments, few houses. So he used to inquire, Professor used to come in the evening it seems, on the horseback. And how are you, Professor? How is the new area? Are you getting water? Are you happy? How are the children? Like that he used to inquire on the horseback. He used to come and go back. He was a very famous divan of
Mirza Ismail, some road good.
Yeah, and Mirza Ismail asked with this one cantonment side. He was there, Mirza Ismail. So he continued in Gandhinagar. So he was in sixth cross, that house he built first. And what happened was after a few years, Namagiri, his first wife, passed away. So that then what happened? That made him. He has to change the house.
Suddenly he is with 5 children.
And he leaving 5 children. Of course, the eldest son, Ranganathan, was already in Chennai. He had finished his intermediate in St. Joseph's College. He was doing for BSc. He joined BSc in Christian College, Madras.
Christian College.
So, because this was the St. Joseph's College was affiliated to Madras University. So he went to Madras and
Bangalore St. Joseph's College was affiliated to Madras
University. So then he went there and then he continued his studies. So sixth class he wanted to look out for a site and then he went one day when famous I saw him also, Narayan, housebroken Narayan.
You met him afterwards?
Yes, after many years this is the person who bought this. Very old at that time. So he came and my father was teaching a group of nuns mathematics because they
Where are the nuns?
They were from seminary. They were from
but
seminary.
They lived nearby?
They lived in Bangalore. Seminary, there is one seminary. So they were residents of that seminary, the group of nuns. They wanted to do their BA in this one and all. They wanted guidance in mathematics. So my father used to teach. He told clearly, because you are all nuns and Jesuits.
But he was taking tuition even for others also.
Yes,
lot of
but lot of students used to individually come to his house. And the college had permitted from the very beginning. They were very kind enough to tell, you are a professor, you are having a big family to maintain. So I don't think our salary is enough. So you take tuition. They had encouraged him to take tuition. So that is why he also wanted to get money, and so he was very busy. That is why he was morning he had a batch of students. Then as soon as he came from college, he was having another batch of students like that. And these people, I think, in the college only he took because the ladies are there. This nuns. So he took for a period, long extended period, 6 months or 1 year like that he took. He didn't want any money from them because they are nuns, they are doing charity work. But they in gratitude, those people gave him a check.
With a surprise check.
3,500.
3,500. It's a big money.
3,500 for a long time they gave, because they are getting funds from foreign.
That is true, but at that point of time,
it was a big money, so he had a check, and he saw the site, and
he wanted to buy a better site.
Better site and Gandhinagar, because he wanted to shift from the 6th cross.
He wanted to move away from 6th
cross, so he saw that site. It was 50 by 82.
It's a bigger place also.
Bigger place also, and with a well. And I believe when they dug that for foundation, they got a Vishnu, this one, stone, this one, statue there, small this one. They gave it up to somebody that time only. It's in that well, near that well. They built by putting the foundation.
That well continued, well had some water?
Continued. Water, yeah.
Water
it had even a tortoise. So we are using the well water.
Enjoyed that well water.
Well water, yeah. When usually very good.
So the site came with the well.
Well, and when the water, when we used to.
This is second cross.
Second cross. When after later years, when the water used to come because of monsoon and all, it used to come nearly brim. It used to come up to the brim, the water.
You can just
like that it was there. So then there was a tortoise also in that well.
Oh. For
so
cleaning.
It used to clean, and we used to see the tortoise also.
Oh,
so that house was that. So he built a English.
I think they leave some tortoise in the well.
But it was there existing before only, big tortoise.
And a long life.
And English, it was English type cottage. My father constructed that.
Means with a sloping roof and
not with slope, but the windows and all.
Green color.
Green color painted, and the gate also wooden gate with green color. Big gate for the college, the car to come on one side with the garage, and with the center wicket gate, small gate with green. And so he constructed it 61 second class, which is called as well known as Sri Ramanivas. Sri Ramanivas. He named it as Sri Ramanivas, and it was south facing house, and there was a road opposite to our house. So people say that road dash and all, they don't buy that cheap. But our house was very lucky. We had a long sitting there.
But I understood that professor started the mathematics department in the St. Joseph's College.
Correct.
He established
the center.
And he joined as a professor.
He joined as a professor also. Professor and head of the department, they gave him designation.
From day one.
Day one he started, no experience, nothing. Straight away he began his career as a professor and continued that. Professor and head of the department of mathematics and astronomy.
Yeah. No, that is good. At the start of the career itself to give an opportunity to establish a new department, So he was not having one more boss in the department.
No boss.
He was the boss.
Then he developed the department. There was one Professor Gangadharan under him. Then there were so many staff were there under him. This one. But he had his room in the topmost room where this one is there, observatory is there. So his room was there.
So that St. Joseph's College remained in the same place where it is today also.
Yeah, then what happened, St. Joseph's College shifted, there was St. Joseph's Indian High School in Residency Road. So that became St. Joseph's College, graduate college. So that shifted. And St. Joseph's Indian High School moved to near Malya Hospital.
Okay, that is okay.
So
but your father went to which place?
St. Joseph's College in the Residency Road. Residency Road. There only I also studied. For a long time it was the college. My father was also there. In 1956 I joined the college. And 1957 my father retired.
So when you joined, the father was working there and he was also...
he was also there for 1 year.
1 year it overlapped.
Correct.
And your father was the professor there and you were also joined. But you did go to mathematics department.
Correct. 1957.
So if you see this period of 6th cross Gandhinagar, and father, what was his focus? We can say this period of life. He of course he studied in Coimbatore, then Trichy, then left the job of accountant general. He didn't choose that. He chose the Bangalore St. Joseph's College. He came here. First wife, lot of events. Five children. Then lost his wife, and then then he. How he managed the children? Suddenly he is left with children.
Then what happened? During the initial years, he had a tough time to manage with the children and house to cook and all this. His sister Saraswathi, who was in Mettur, she used to come often and stay here, and even the grandmother, the Tangama also used to come here, and they used to help the family in cooking.
And his mother, your grandmother.
My grandmother used to come, and they used to help the kitchen and help the children go to school and all. Actually, during that period, when they were in that period, Padmavati, the first this side, I am recalling, she was studying in Kamalabai Girls' School. That is opposite to that. Now also Kamalabai Girls' School is there. Triven Shamalin Mudaliya's mother's name, Kamalabai.
Where?
Just in the Queens Road, the other side, very famous school, Kamalabai Girls' School.
Okay.
So she studied there. During the high school only, she got married. They performed the marriage when they were in Frazer Town. Padmavati's marriage.
Padmavati's marriage took place in Bangalore.
Bangalore.